Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, we're going to jump into the new trial we're going to go through with this new TAOIST. I forgot his name. Have I forgot his name? Again. TAOIST again. We'll run through the battle, you'll be able to get your rewards as always. I tried my best here not to go too quickly, hopefully it isn't too fast for you all to see the teams and stuff like that. So let's go, run through, we'll get all of these done. To be honest again, I didn't use his C1, I believe. He's got a C1. I don't think I used that in this entire battle. I predominantly just used him as a buffing option, which seemed to work very well, to be completely honest. He definitely does seem like a very solid option, you know. I think he's a very good unit. I think this first run, I might have actually failed. I'm leaving it in anyway, because, like, to be honest, I don't remember if I actually beat this one first time. I guess I'll find out in a minute. Did I? I honestly don't remember. Oh no, I did. Did I? Yeah, I did. Right, cool. No worries, I'm not going to sit and make you watch this long. I would have cut this if I was doing this right now and I went this long, I'd be like, hang on a minute, I'm not going to make them watch 40 minutes or 40 seconds of me not actually passing this trial. So yeah, here we go. That's the first one done and in the bag. That was your teams, that was your combos. Again, some people say I go too fast. I don't think I do. I mean, you can see the team. You can see the combos at the bottom. I've moved over here so I don't block them, and yeah, hit pause for 2 seconds if you're really stuck. And we'll see how we got on here as well. To be honest, I don't think this trial was that hard. Again, I started off using his super as a buff, and I think laterally in fights, or laterally, or I don't even know how the fuck you say that, later on, I started using his super and his C2. So I started just essentially basically using 2 attacks. His C2 is an attack, but it's also a buff, which again, I've not even read the description yet. I just went in blind. I do that quite a lot with these trials. I just don't actually look at what the unit does. I run on the assumption that they should be good, so we'll try them, and if it doesn't work, then I'll start doing the old, let's see if we can beat the trial using everyone but the unit. So you can kind of tell with these trial videos alone if a unit's half decent or not, because if they're half decent, they'll be used in quite a lot of combos. If they're not good at all, you will rarely ever see them being used. So again, it is very much self-explanatory, I want to say, if a unit's good or not, because again, you'll see them far more often being used in the video than not if they are not good. So we're going to go through this one as well fairly easily, I believe, but this team does do it first time anyway. So I think the thing is, going with the kind of damage numbers that we put out, I'm going to assume that Gen's buff is pretty big. I'm going to assume it's pretty big, which suggests to me anyway, without reading this kit, which I will read this kit, but I've not done it yet, but it suggests to me anyway this guy's probably going to be pretty good for buffing your bossing units. So he could be a new unit that pops up in the same way that your poisons and stuff like that pop up just now. So we need to wait and see. So into this one. Again, if you can use Adon, use Adon. That seems to be my golden rule these days. If you've got the opportunity to use Adon in a team, then use Adon in your team, because Adon is just an absolute goddamn boss. When it comes to stages, when it comes to bosses, Adon, for me, I think anyone's going to have a hard time arguing he's not the best unit in the game. I mean, some people might argue that, I guess, and they might be able to convince me otherwise, but they would have to try pretty damn hard, because I think, all things considered, how available the unit is, the fact that he's a standard factional unit, all that kind of stuff, the amount of damage he puts out, I think you're in a really difficult position if you try and say that Adon is not the best unit in the game right now. But again, I'm willing for people to potentially change my mind on that one. So if you can make a fight that Adon is not the best unit in the game, tell me in the comments down below why you think that is the case. So anyway, we move on. We go on to the second to last fight. You will have noticed that there's supposed to be 2 units out today. We'll talk about that in another video, but yes, there's currently only 1 unit available in the game. And unfortunately, the other unit isn't what I'd hoped, which is a shame. Honestly, it's a huge shame. But we'll see. We'll see if that affects anything. Yeah. So anyway, moving on. You get what I mean when you watch the other video. You'll know what I mean by affects anything. So I think this is fight 5. I'm pulling so many faces. I've got to be honest with you. It's like 9:10 right now. Tired. I want to go back to sleep. I've got things to do. Can't go back to sleep. It's really annoying. I hate being an adult sometimes. I wish I could just lie in my bed and be lazy. I mean, I probably could lie in my bed and be lazy. I just don't think my wife would be very happy about it. But I've got to go out. I've got to do adulting things like shopping, and my vape unit broke. I need to go and get a new thing. Fantastic. Money, money, money. You gotta love spending money. So this is the last fight. Speed. Trying to go first. I noticed that they had Guy on the team. So I thought, well, pretty sure Chun-Li's got faster speed than Guy, so gave me first strike, and a lot of the times, if you can get first strike, you're good to go. I mean, it's not a hard and fast rule, but a lot of times it's enough for you to get the win. So this is the final battle using Gen. Overall, first impressions, he seems decent. It's hard to say with a support unit, but he does seem like he is helping the damage numbers. So again, when I look at his kit and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised to see that he is pushing the numbers quite a bit with his buff, which would lean me towards him being someone in the same vein as possibly like maybe your poison type unit. The only, I suppose, drawback I can see over someone like poison would be the fact that his buff comes off of his super and his C2. I've not looked to even see yet if his C1 is also a buff. If it is and it's good, then yeah, maybe he could just do that poison roll. If his C2 is a massive buff, and if it's worthwhile, which I don't know yet, because again I've not looked, who knows, maybe poison C1 buff, again C2 buff, and then a huge amount of damage from your C3 could be something big. I hate to say it, I really hate to say it, but you've got certain characters that do huge damage on their C3s. Like literally the only thing Pharaoh Sagat has going for him is his C3 does monumental damage. But if it was buffed by poison and this guy, then who knows? I mean, he might actually turn into a damage champion. It sounds really weird to say that. I doubt it's going to happen, but it could happen. I mean, it's possible. There might end up being this magic team that appears where it's Gen, Super, Poison, C1, Gen, C2, and then Pharaoh Sagat doing the C3 for massive damage. I mean, if that ends up happening and somehow Pharaoh Sagat becomes meta, it's going to be the most insane turnaround I've ever seen in any game ever. But who knows, it might happen. I don't know. I've not looked at the kit yet to see if that's even possible, but it might be. I really don't know. Anyway, let me know how you got on with this one. I've been Hayzink, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.